the audience right now really truly wants to know of the humble beginnings of Brownwater Banter.
Take it over.
So,
Joey.
Let me set the tone here.
Okay,
go ahead.
baby.
We're 200 episodes. That's commitment, gentlemen.
Yes,
It is.
big time, and
That's
it's not
true
easy.
commitment to what you had an envision for.
That's right.
So go take us back to pre-episode 1.
Episode 1.
Pre-episode 1.
I was not there.
Tell us about it.
So
Pre-episode though? What you mean?
Episode 1, that area when the
Yeah.
idea of Brownwater Banter came down.
Jared
Take us there.
came in with a political. He wanted to do the political party.
When you
That's
say
what he
came in,
wanted
what
to
do you mean?
do. He wanted to
Got it
do the
right.
Gulf Coast.
Ooh.
He wanted to do the Gulf Coast. I mean, you wanted to do the Gulf
Scandalous.
Coast.
Let me give the backstory, then you
Go ahead.
take it where you
You
come
go
in.
ahead.
All
You
right,
go ahead.
all right.
Let's hit that rewind.
Yeah.
So got out of anesthesia school.
Yeah.
Gave up the band to go.
Yeah, Falls from Grace.
For a lot of things. I mean, we all did for our own
Falls on
reasons,
face.
right? Came back home from anesthesia school, moved back down here, and was like, bro, I want to get back into audio. I want to get back into video. I want to get back into music. But you got young kids.
What year?
2018.
2018.
And so it's like, well, what can I do? And I had J Bob was doing a podcast. My buddy Anthony was doing a podcast. Podcasting was getting, it had been going on
Big.
for a long time, but it was really starting to get into where people knew what it was. And I'm like, I'm gonna give this shit a shot because I can do it at home.
Yeah.
I don't got to go away. I ain't got to get on the road. I ain't got to go to Slidell.
Don't have to practice with
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
Right there.
And so I'm like, well, what do I want it to be about? What's 2 things I love outside of family and spirituality? It's like music and the Gulf Coast. So did the sound on one, did Brownwater on the other. And Joey's saying politics. Absolutely. It's politics, small businesses, and anything to do with the Gulf Coast of Mississippi and really Texas, Florida, Louisiana, whatever.
Beautiful.
I love it. The Gulf of Mexico. It's when I'm out there, that's my happy place. So episode 1 starts out in my buddy Anthony's garage with J Bob.
Yeah.
The 3 of us. It's audio only. We got a couple pictures of it and some probably video that might be out there somewhere, but the camera failed and we didn't have none of that. So there was that. Then we did Joey came on episode 22. I know that because that was your football number.
Correct.
But from 1 to 22 was all over the place. We had some political guys on. We had more of this, which I'd like to get back to, just bullshitting at the table at my old house, the kitchen.
With the grandmother's fudge walls.
That is also a trivia question and true.
Yes.
So then Joey calls me up one day and says, hey, man, we need to start live streaming these tournaments. Joey wasn't into nothing at this point as far as like audio,
So
podcast.
we were coming
Just
in.
porn only, right?
Just-
No,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
was
That's
in
all
the.
he
had.
I was
An
in a lot of
OnlyFans
report-
page
Yeah,
that
I had
showed his
I
feet.
had the first OnlyFans page.
Did you paint your toenails or no?
No, there was more feet in that time of the year.
Well,
But
as long as you let people spit on them, it's
that's
cool.
right. We were coming in from the Gorn Flows tournament, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this tournament. Nobody knows what's going on. There's no leaderboard. There's nothing like that. I get back home. We wait to fish in. Nothing was going on. I said, Jared, the next day we need to go live stream these tournaments because nobody's live streaming fishing tournaments in South Mississippi. Nobody's doing that shit. So then we get up with Mr. Richard Parker.
You skipped a bunch of steps because my first response was you should do one of your own. And at the time we were doing this, like we're going to do CastNet. It was like a networking of all these different podcasts. And we ended up doing, so you should start your own. But I was giving you all these ideas and I'm like, it's right inside the wheelhouse. Let's just make it all one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Really.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's when we were like, okay. And I'm like, well, fuck it then. Just come on with Brownwater then and let's run and be 50-50 on the company and let's go.
Right.
And that was episode 22. You came on and we talked about that for the trivia nerds out there that wants to go look that up. And that's where it's at.
And
then keep going with that though. That was where we were.
So we started. We didn't know where the fishing was going to go, so the first thing we got to was Mr. Richard Parker, and he did a bass tournament in South Mississippi. It was all high school kids, and we literally went there with a phone and a gimbal.
What's a gimbal for the
The
people
thing
that
Joey
don't know?
broke of
Slim, you
Vincent's
good?
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
live on TikTok on my account. We got like 500 people in there.
Okay.
They're telling me I need to adjust the camera.
Yeah,
so I apologize.
That's fine. That's
we're
fine.
leaving it. So
TikTok
me
cameras.
and Jared pulled up into the back of back of my truck with a gimbal, a pod stand,
Tripod,
and a
yep,
tripod, and a camera, a cell phone.
Yep.
And we're doing this this live stream with this bass tournament.
State championship.
Yeah, and it's like 5,000-6,000 views
The
right
state
off the
championship
bat.
for high school?
Yeah.
Oh,
state.
State
bass
championship.
fishing.
I was in the Iowa.
No, it actually wasn't.
No, it was.
It was?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was a state
okay.
championship
dude,
way in
that's,
the Iowa.
that's what's killer right now. Is that
Yeah.
freaking- when we were in school, there was no such thing as a high school bass fishing team.
No, what happened to Vincent? He's left. He left.
He's gone.
He
He's
left.
already
My boy
done.
left.
He must be he must be going to have to check his briskets out.
All right, we good. No, I'm
Okay,
good. That's
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a low budget production.
Yeah.
Just quit hitting that microphone on the table. That's
Yeah.
all we got to do.
He,
I'm gonna mute it real quick.
Mm.
I'm gonna mute that. All right, keep going. Keep going.
So we literally, we sat in the back of my truck
Mhm.
and we filmed this, or we live streamed this Bass Tactics Classic for Mr. Richard, and it got like 6,000 views because a lot of these people were out of state. They were Jackson.
Grandmas
Tupelo.
want to see their kid.
Yeah, I mean, none of these people were coming down here to Gulfport to see their kids fish. They wanted to see it on the live stream. And we talked to Mr. Richard. We're like, hey, man, this is our first time we're going to do it.
Yep.
Don't know what it's going to turn out to. It could be total crap. But hey, you want to do it? He's like, come down here and see what you want to do. So we blasted it out. And there was a lot of people, a lot of grandmas, a lot of mamas, a lot of dads, aunts
Yeah,
tuning in to see their kids fish. Because,
right.
I mean, if you weren't down here, you wouldn't know what it was.
And so y'all was covering that. Y'all was commenting on it.
Oh yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like that
yeah.
live.
We interviewed Mr. Richard. We talked about what the tournament was about. We interviewed the weighmaster, and then we set it up, and then it was just boat after boat after boat, and it was you couldn't believe the reels that were rolling off. It was great. I love Brian or
Yeah.
Grandma's looking at Steven. You know what I'm saying? It's just the old school that couldn't make it down there.
Right.
To
Yeah.
check it out.
Yep.
And we had it there for them.
And so then we started doing other tournaments, man, and again, doing the charter boat captains and all stuff like that. That's when that started hitting off. But that was all part of the wheelhouse from the get go. But Joey was in that community heavier than I was,
Right.
Even still now. And so it's just a blending of two people that's from down here into what you see now. And